Hi there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope everybody's doing well. We're back in our city, and I'll apologize right off the bat. I was going to record the live stuff, watch me do this, and I totally didn't press record. And I worked for hours and hours and hours. So I'm sorry, you're just going to get like a tour. And it might not look like I did anything. The house is filled in here on our left. But I did. Lots of pedestrian work, more roadways, tweaking things, hopefully making them work a little bit better, and more terraforming, trying to get that neighborhood at the bottom there on our right to sit a little nicer when I go to put buildings in. So it's not like I added any major assets or anything. Well, kinda, sorta. This became very necessary because I turned 2 of our areas into city parks. And this is the first one. And this is at just above where our cruise line comes in. And where I made the new zigzag neighborhood. So I just took this whole area, which is rough terrain. I smoothed it out the best I could. And I just turned it into a park. I think it's only at 2 stars. But look at all the people. Lots of people, even if they are our residents, that's fine with me. I had no idea that rock was a cave. I thought that was a shadow. Shows how much I pay attention. So just the typical city park stuff. And yeah, I did say I didn't want to go cuckoo with the trees, but we do have a main road on both sides. And I wanted to get a lot more of that fall color in. So you get a good view of the lake from here. Although, yeah, the trees. Well, you know what? It's a park. You're going to have trees. But I did try to go easy-handed on it. I do not know what these things are sticking out of the road. Maybe that's because it's a bus road. I don't know. But I never noticed that before either. So this comes all the way down. It kind of sort of connects both of the original neighborhoods that we had. Yeah, I did. Oh, I did. I added, 2 assets and some more industry. But we'll get to that. You'll see it. So the day I am recording this is Tuesday the 24th, which is the day that City Skylines 2 came out. And final thoughts, I guess you would say. Now this neighborhood here, nothing much has changed, except this is where I spent the majority of my time, behind this to your left there, trying to smooth it out and get the roads in as neatly as I could. But I did fix the road, and believe it or not, people, I was right. It was the trolley bus station that was interfering with our road. So I moved it. I got it away just a smidge from our trolley bus station, and now it's 35 straight down to the roundabout. See, I guess graveyards can look a little wonky, I don't know, but it's fixed here. And if you look, it's hardly, I didn't move it that much because it still lines up perfectly. So I think I need a few more pathways though from the city to the pedestrian area. Right now I think I have maybe 2 or 3. And maybe I could use a couple more. I'll have to look into that. And this area, it just keeps exploding, but I ignore it. I think they have plenty here. I guess there would be nothing wrong with adding another little nature trail up this hill. But I really like to keep the nature to this, where you're looking at the top of our screen right now. I want to make a huge nature walk just through all of these hilly mountains. Where you see the green, I guess I would keep the trail. See what happens. I want it to be a big one. You'll notice something's missing here. I ended up taking the cargo thing out. The trucks with the train. I'm telling you, it just wasn't working. So I kept like shifting it with move it, and a train would appear and then it would immediately vanish and then nothing would happen. So it's either in a bad area or it's just not necessary. I don't know. So here's more new stuff. Finally remembered. Why do I always forget this? That's our fish factory. And all of this water is tuna? No, I'm sorry, salmon. So we have 2 salmon fishing boat things. The algae, the seaweed, and there's a third one. Is it just fish? I can't remember. But I put all 3 of them down. And this is another weird thing because I gave them a little roundabout to turn around in, but again, the trucks come all the way down, they do their thing, and then they poof, it vanish out of existence. The only ones that use a roundabout are the emergency vehicles and garbage, so I guess it's okay. Now here is where we had our other area that I was thinking about turning into a city park, which I did, but I dialed up our roundabout here. I think it came out really nice. And then I turned this into another city park. So I gave them more things to do here, more pathways, and hopefully more connections to the houses in this particular district. And I believe this one's at 2 as well. Oh well. The standard charge is 10. I shot one of them up to 20 because I remember watching a video or 3 where they said if you shoot the price up, more people will come in, which is counterintuitive, but I did it anyway just to see what would happen. And I added more rocks, more paths, and more things to do. And then up here I did the same thing, only this is a tiny one at the expressway because we really don't need that much more commercial. And there's plenty of room for commercial south at the bottom there. Well, we got our balloon going in there, obviously, and then just lots of fun things with a few light blue commercial thrown in. And then over here, I had to add a ton more offices. Now, I know this is a schools out neighborhood, but there's so many ways to get all over the place via bus or metro that I thought, this is okay. And it's blocking the noise from the expressway again. So I added a bus route for them to get in there, and then I added this interchange, if that's what it's called, so that we can get over to the other side. And I think this one's really pretty. Again, another workshop asset. And I keep saying again, I do apologize for that. So I think there's just one more thing that we need to see. City Skylines 2. I'm not going to knock it because I'm never going to be able to buy it, and I'm never going to have a computer that will handle it. I just truly believe it's not finished and that it should have been released next year when they're done. I personally do not like the way it looks. I don't care what any of the other YouTubers have to say about that. I think it looks incomplete. It looks fake. It looks grainy, choppy, however you want to say it. And then the people look like weebles. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. None of them bend their knees, so they just wobble. And it just looks weird. I do not care for the terrain, and I think they may have fixed it, but not to the degree that I would have cared for it. Every single building looks like it's on fire inside, and I think that's goofy. Not everybody uses yellow or ambient lighting inside, but all the buildings look like they're on fire at sunset, and I don't care for that at all. But I just think it looks kind of like what you're looking at right now on a low-end PC. And from someone who has no idea how to adjust their settings to make it look better, that's what I see with every single CS2 build. And I'm not impressed. And I don't blame the developers at all. I just question their decision to rush this release. That I'll never understand as far as business goes anyway. So we need to get over here and start building as well, but it's going to take some time. But that was what I added on. I got rid of those 2 off-ramps in the center of this side here, and I just put that 3rd, on-ramp, off-ramp, roundabout, this thing right here. I added that. So that took care of that. Traffic is still great. It's still running nice. Our buses, my goodness, are our buses being utilized, and our metro is definitely being utilized. So we don't have traffic issues, which surprises me because I believe we're up to 65,000 already. And the megalopolis on this map is 80. So down here I added 2 other assets. Because I opened up fishing, I figured we'd get the fish market in. And then I remembered the winter market. So I added them both back to back. I tried to give them their own roadway system. Didn't quite work out the way I had hoped it would. Plenty of parking. And again, more fall trees. And plenty of pathways for the pedestrians. And it's being utilized. Very much so. I think this is my very first city, maybe the one I'm paying more attention to. There's a lot more activity going on. I just don't recall seeing this in any of my other builds, so very happy with that. And I'm very happy that I remembered fishing. I don't know why, it's so cute. And I always forget to do it. So I think the roads look kind of okay to start building here. I already know. I'm gonna put down my first light green or light blue, and it's gonna just gouge right into the landscape. I just know it. But yeah, look at all the people. It's crazy. Maybe I just never really looked at it. And then I think I mentioned this earlier. There's no reason I can't put pathways throughout this whole thing. Little bouncy places and cafes and a bathroom. There's no reason I can't do that up here as well. We have a lot of that going, which I'm pleased with. Lots more sprawling nature as opposed to sprawling buildings, which, again, you gotta live somewhere, so I don't complain too much about the obvious. It just bothers me. People complain about capitalism and they complain about it on their expensive iPhone, wearing their expensive clothes, and then they put the expensive iPhone in their expensive bag, and then they hop in their expensive car and they go home to their expensive apartment or house. It's like, yeah, tell me how bad capitalism is again. I don't get it. Anyway, so those are my thoughts on CS2. It is release day, the 24th. You'll be seeing this tomorrow on the 25th, but regardless, those are my thoughts. I'm kind of sad for Paradox that they chose to release it when it's not done. It's incomplete as far as I'm concerned. Gameplay, I'm going to have to watch a couple more videos. I don't know. It seems like the developers of this game are heck bent on forcing you to concentrate on one thing and one thing only, when you just want to come in and build a city and watch it grow. And that's the last thing on their minds, and I don't understand that either. Yeah, we got a bit of an issue going on here. But I figured it out real quick. I'm using Transfer Manager, and if you use Transfer Manager, do not always select only in this district. I thought a crematorium meant that's it. It's over and done with. Plenty of shelf space here. Apparently not. So, Death Wave in 3 neighborhoods. But I figure it out. It's all taken care of. And I only lost 3 buildings to it, so it's not too bad. But this is life for me. It always happens at some point. Things just start going downhill. You fix one problem and another one shows up, right? I figure it out. But yeah, if you use Transfer Manager, maybe like one building, only concentrate on this district, and then put a second one down somewhere else and say, yeah, you can go anywhere you want. Because the minute I did that, I ended up spamming crematoriums, which I'm going to have to go back in and fix. But I thank you very much for sticking with me to the end of this video and for your continued support of my channel. I really appreciate that. Like the video if you did. Subscribe if you're interested. That looks so bad. I just put this neighborhood in. Ay. Take very good care of yourselves. Have a fantastic day. Oh dear. What are we gonna do? Oh well, hopefully in the next one we'll be doing some more live. Take good care of yourselves. Have a fantastic day. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.